Hello everyone, Eternal Flame here to do a theory on Yuji's technique. Again, after I've done so many theories on Yuji's technique, but this one's actually a new one, and it's one I haven't seen anyone make an actual YouTube video on, because I'm not gonna lie, it is kind of just, like, mega on crack, and you guys might like it, but it's like, I like it a lot. And funnily enough, one of you guys actually commented about this beforehand, like when I was actually recording the video, and I was just like, oh, well, this is very fun, let's just record the intro section all over again, and I'm gonna have some fun with this. Anyways, before we get into this video, be sure to like and subscribe if you like content like this. We have plenty more on the way. Let's get straight into the vid. So this vid is basically going to be split up into two separate vids, where the first part is going to be me explaining my theory on what the actual technique is, and the second part is going to be me talking about this guy's theory on it. So, without further ado, let's get into the actual recording. So recently, a lot of people have been having theories on what Yuji's technique is actually going to be, with the four most common theories being, like, blood manipulation, gravity manipulation, like the soul swap stuff, and finally Sukuna's technique. Those have been the four main theories for what Yuji's technique could be, but this video is not talking about that. This video is made to talk about a theory that I had suddenly got randomly, and I'm going to be completely honest with you guys, the chance of this being true is very, very unlikely, but I was like, hey, this could be fun. Why not actually make this into a video, am I right? So this theory came from me rereading a bunch of things about Jujutsu Kaisen, and the main thing that this came from was rereading how fast Yuji was to pick up the flaws of the Black Flash and actually be able to use it right after Todo had explained it to him more properly. And that just led my brain down a rabbit hole of thoughts. Anyways, I'm now going to get into the theory instead of stalling at this point, which my theory is Yuji is able to use a minor form of time manipulation on his body. Now I know what you're thinking, Eternal Flame has gone completely crazy, and the answer is probably yes, I have. But like I said before, I am not expecting this theory to be true whatsoever, so yeah. But just hear me out and let me explain. Though I suppose saying time manipulation is actually a little bit inaccurate, kinda, it's really weird. My theory and idea is that Yuji is able to speed up processes in his body itself using his time manipulation based powers, which is how he's able to learn things subconsciously and learn them really fast, and it's why Gojo hasn't been able to pick up on the fact that Yuji has a technique. Because the technique isn't always active, it's a passive one on him right now at the very least, and it's why he's able to be so physically strong. The reason why I say it would amp his physicality is because it would allow him to train a lot less and still reach this physical peak that he is at, despite not doing that many physical activities. He just needed to do like normal human things, and he is above peak human, reaching close to Maki levels without cursed energy, and that's like pretty insane, like pre-awakened Maki, I mean, obviously. Now, some of you guys might be wondering if I have any actual evidence for this theory, and I mean, it's very stretched out evidence, but it might actually still work, because Sukuna was able to recognize Yuji as someone from back then, and there's no reason he would be referring to anything but the Heian era. So there's a potential chance that Yuji might have been able to reverse the time on his body right before he was about to die, and that caused him to get reborn as a baby in some way, shape, or form to allow Kenjaku to experiment on them. I don't know. Like I said before, this theory is a lot more of a crackpot theory. It's just random, but it wouldn't be completely out of nowhere, especially with the entire line that Sukuna said of, oh right, this brat is from back then. More importantly, and this is the main reason I even came to this theory to begin with, because I was rereading a chapter earlier of when Yuji fought Sukuna. It would explain how Yuji was able to heal so fast, because we've always believed Sukuna was the reason that Yuji had a healing factor, and we know for a fact Yuji definitely doesn't have RCT by this point. Like, I think we all can agree on that Yuji doesn't have RCT, so this might have been how he was able to heal, through a subconscious reversal of time in order to reverse his body back to what it previously was, while getting the massive amount of cursed energy amplifying him out of rage from Sukuna. Granted, this is like 100% just a crackpot theory, as I said before, but it's a theory I really, really like, because it would like explain a lot about Yuji. It would also explain how Yuji is able to learn things so fast, because for example, he was able to learn how to do several martial arts more than likely from just watching movies, because he's never done martial arts in his life, but if he was able to depict moves subconsciously and figure out how to reenact them through this, because his brain processes things a lot faster than he does, then it would explain quite a lot. Now, while I do like this like theory a lot, because like it'd be a really cool power on Yuji, like I could imagine Yuji using it on like several different types of ways to heal himself, and like that's his way of not needing RCT. At the same time, I don't exactly want to give this to Yuji. I don't think Yuji should have this as a power. If I'm gonna be honest, I just wanted to put this idea out there And you see, I don't put theories out there to be right. I put theories out there to give my ideas out because I like having ideas and y'all like having ideas. So yeah. And like this theory wouldn't exactly break anything about Jujutsu Kaisen because like we already have space-time manipulation as a power from Gojo if you take the JJK Zero movie as canon, and like we have concept manipulation, so subtle time manipulation on the body wouldn't really be the biggest of powers, and like anything new and different. It should be like really weird on Yuji, but it would explain quite a lot in my opinion. Hey, it's me, Future Eternal Flame here to talk about one of the theories that you guys came up with, which ironically enough is very similar to my own theory. And this theory is come up with, I don't know how to say your name, it's too long, so I'm not going to say it, but it'll be on screen. And their theory is, I have been having this theory for a while. Yuji's curse technique is time manipulation. What if he hits black flashes because he can slow down time and perfectly execute his requirements? Plus, what if his speed feats and strength come from adding velocity using curse technique, similar to how Yuki adds mass using her curse technique? I both do and don't like this potential theory, for me to be honest with you. Like, I find it really, really interesting. However, I don't think that his strength and speed feats come from his ability to, like, slow down time or accelerate time. However, I do think that if he did have time manipulation, it would explain why he's able to use the Black Flash so perfectly, and why he couldn't use it against Sukuna because he was so incredibly angry. At the same time, though, he was only able to hit it sometimes and not all the time, so yeah. It's really weird, but maybe if Yuji's able to master his time manipulation powers, if he does have it, he would be able to land Black Flashes all the time. However, that's just my theory on what Yuji's curse technique. So I want to see what you guys' thoughts are on both my theory and their theory in the comment section down below. Like, what you guys think its likelihood is. Like, I know it's very unlikely, but I want to see if you guys might think differently. And without further ado, I'm gonna head out. See y'all later. Peace.